Hello, everyone, and welcome to AHS Tiger Life, and a special welcome to our AHS wrestling match. The match will begin at 7 on the mat. My name is Matthew Donahoe.
And I'm Xavier Ware. Thank you for being here tonight with us, and thank you for being here, Matt. Last week, the Bartlett Panthers came to the Tiger Den to face off in Rival Week. Here you can see Walker Funk going for a Turk and holding down ties to try and get a pin.
Beautiful pin there. Hopefully he gets it.
And there you go.
Hey.
That's 6 points for Arlington.
Golly, we're good. So I don't want to brag, but man, that was good.
That was good. And here you can
see a lot of passion in the fight, especially in the last guy. This part.
This is great. This is Walker Funk. This is our senior on our wrestling team going for a Turk and holding down the arm to try and keep both shoulder blades on the mat to get a pin. Or just get near fall if possible. He could let him back up and cut.
He's always been a big guy. I assume it would be intimidating going up against someone.
He is our varsity 220, actually.
Really? He's a mountain of a man.
Here you have Jair Lopez facing against Bartlett. He got a good mat return by Bartlett.
Ooh.
Bartlett looks to get many ties to try and keep Jair down. Jair tries to keep his head up and his arms out, away out of the ties. But Bartlett does get a cradle. Oh, not cradle, sorry, my bad. That is a power half. Could go into a cradle, but is power half. But here you can see John Burke using a spiral and a half, which is really good in ways to break down your opponent and bring them down to the mat and try and get your way to a pin.
I really hope we see some of these plays tonight against Christian Brothers. That would be very amazing. We could probably win some points and even kill some, or not kill people, but kill some plays.
Here you have Noah Wynn against Bartlett. Noah is one of our other singers, and here you can see he's trying to get back up, step up to his way up, but the other Bartlett seems to have gotten a power half to bring him down for the pin. He tries to keep different ties to keep Noah on the ground. If both shoulders do keep on the mat, that is a pin for Bartlett. Here you can see one of our one of our older wrestlers, sorry. One of the varsity.
He is good, everyone. I just want to point out he is a very good wrestler, but he's also one of our oldest wrestlers.
It is not unusual for many of our wrestlers to get into the sport off of family members or friends. It is no exception for one of our wrestlers on the Arlington team.
Let's go to Tiger Life wrestling reporter Case Zindel, still struggling with that name even after about 2 hours. For more, and Case, please take it away.
Thanks, Xavier and Matt. It is very unfairly that Cooper is a big part of our team, and not many people get that opportunity like Cooper does. He's a really big help. He's a really big help to Arlington, and he really helps us get the job done when we need it.
This will be my 10th year.
Thank you, Case.
All my brothers and my dad wrestled a lot, so it was just something that kind of ran in the family. So that's why I started doing it. My main motivator is my dad, and he's really just pushed me to do all the things that I've done and just stay in the sport, really.
Cooper has had 2 brothers that wrestled at Arlington for periods of time. Cooper's been in our youth program for a number of years, and his dad has helped with the youth program while he was there and while his brothers were there. Last year, Cooper was very, very young. He struggled early on in the season, as a lot of kids do, coming out of 8th grade, coming into 9th grade and competing on the high school level. Kind of wrestling in an age group, everybody's kind of even as far as physical development. He had to step up last year and wrestle a lot of upperclassmen. And early on in the season, he struggled a lot with that in the room and in competition. As the season went on, he got better, kind of limited his mistakes, found his kind of skill set that he was comfortable with, and we started to see that as long as he was wrestling in his positions when he was competing, he was very successful. Made his way into the varsity lineup about halfway through the year, wrestled him in some tournaments and things like that. By the end of the season, ended up being a region runner-up. But coming out of the end of the season, things were looking real good for Cooper. He had kind of developed as an athlete and as a wrestler. And then the start of this season, he had to take some time off in our off season due to an injury that he was dealing with, trying to heal up from. But he's kind of coming back into form, and we're kind of starting to see that improvements are there. where they were coming really slow, and I think he was getting frustrated because he wasn't able to progress like his classmates and his teammates. Now that he's been on the mat some time and he's been able to work in the weight room real good, he's starting to see his development happen a lot faster. Cooper, towards the end of last year, right before we got into the postseason, started to develop some issues with his elbow.
It was actually about last year, and at the end of the season, I just had some elbow pain. We went to the doctor, and they told me I had a growth plate fracture.
We did a lot of rehab with him. We were doing different things where we had hard days of training and we had to give him active recovery days of training, those kinds of things. We kind of put him on a match count where we sat him during some matches and then rested him a few matches, kind of trying to figure out how it was going to be. What we were finding is that the more we were pushing him to go through his hard training days, the more and more his elbow was hurting. We were having to look at extending active recovery time.
I was out for about 3 months, and that really affected my season because I didn't get to go to any summer camps and I didn't get to wrestle freestyle. And those are two kind of big important things that help you progress in your wrestling career.
So we kind of altered what he was doing in the weight room to give him some time for his elbow to rest and recuperate. And then, right after competition, it was always, no pun intended, but it was a sore subject, So we kind of had to deal with those battles and, how much recovery do you give an athlete while still trying to train for your postseason. Did rehab over the summer, did several things. We gave him some time off, didn't wrestle in the springtime and started getting him back into the weight room real light to start the summer, which allowed him to progress over the summer to build his strength back to his elbow, and finally getting cleared shortly after we came back to start the school year was really good because then he got to go 2 months worth of hard weightlifting before we started the season. So,
but yeah, it definitely put me behind a little bit, but I think I've made it up pretty well.
Being able to take back up that strength and gain a little strength before we got into the season is really, really important. So everything seems to be good right now. I don't want to jinx or anything. I'm not going to wood. But everything seems to be really good right now. So elbow's good. Elbow holds up real well. So
if there's good opportunities for wrestling, like a school give me a scholarship or something, I think I would definitely like to do that.
He's a young kid, so the possibilities or whatever he wants to make out of it.
That is a very, very inspiring, powerful story, and we hope that can push some of his teammates to the next level and come out victorious tonight.
That was indeed a very good story and package by the creator. Hearing Cooper's story is very inspiring to other wrestlers, especially for me, a first-year wrestler. It's good to know that type of knowledge.
Okay.
How do you feel about tonight's game?
We are going on a short break, and we will be right back after these messages.
Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to be a place for everyone. Whether it be an academic focus with more than 60 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses, an exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, becoming a playmaker in a top competitive sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none PAVE Fine Arts Academy. Learn more about Arlington High School at www.acsk-12.org.
And we are back at this very wonderful Arlington versus... match of Arlington versus Christian Brothers. We are hopefully going to be coming out on top once again, just like we unfortunately always do.
That is correct, Matt. And Christian Brothers is actually one of the best teams in the area and is usually very competitive during state.
I would let that intimidate me, but we are Arlington Tigers, and we let nothing intimidate us, so we will just see this as another match and hopefully allow Cooper's spirit to guide us to victory.
That is correct. Today we will see a lot of I want to say a lot of spirals, halves, and mat returns. That's usually a very frequent movement in matches.
And we do see a very frequent movement in matches, and it will hopefully present a very enjoyable show for everyone here tonight. Even if you're watching at home, it will be very enjoyable to watch. And I hope we see some very interesting plays that make us, say, ooh, that was interesting.
There's sure to be some unique plays today. They always surprise every match.
Listen, me personally, I work out, but if I was out there on the wrestling match, I feel like I would just be an absolute unit, just scaring down the competition and making people quake in fear at my sheer pressure on the mat. What about you? If you could wrestle? You do wrestle, actually.
Yes, I do wrestle.
Yeah, you wrestle. Okay, what's it like out on the mat? Because I don't know.
Very interesting, very fast, very quick. You have to be very mindful of what you're doing. You got to make sure you're not going too fast. Speed is very crucial, but it can hurt you at the same time.
I gotcha. Do you feel like people have a general idea that's just kind of like, I don't know, wrong about wrestling? Like people have a misconception or anything?
Probably the amount of work that is put into, like, practice, basically.
Practice.
Like how practice goes.
Okay.
Like practice is supposed to be harder than matches. We try and make practice very hard on you so you can succeed better, so you're already prepared for what could and may happen.
That's very interesting and a lot of things to think about. And we are going to be going on another break after this Tiger versus Christian Brothers match. Why did you pick wrestling over all the other sports? Because there are a bunch of sports, especially here at Arlington. So why wrestling?
I had tried a lot of other sports like basketball, soccer. They just didn't fit. It was more in my middle school and elementary school that I more tried it. It was better when I was young, but now going to high school, I wanted a better, more school sport, more into the school. And I heard that wrestling was very big. It was either that or football. They're really good at football.
I get what you're saying, because some sports, it almost seems like they don't get a lot of backing, or they're kind of swept under the rug. But wrestling here, it is pretty important, and people do have a lot of passion for it. So I can see why you would think that's a good way to go, kind of get more ingrained into the school.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out to watch our match tonight with the Christian Brothers. Before we get things started tonight, we'd like to take a minute to honor a special milestone for one of our wrestlers, junior returning state finalist Hunter Heflin. Recently eclipsed the 100-win mark. And so head coach Jonathan Simpson is going to unroll a banner to commemorate his 100th win as an Arlington Tiger.
Oh, so Hunter is one of our varsity wrestler starters for 136, I want to say. He has been with us for 3 years. I want to say it. He might have been in youth, but I'm not sure about that. And so this banner shows his 100th varsity win at Arlington.
Wow.
He got that yesterday with Collierville.
He got it yesterday? Oh, that's fresh. Oh, I bet he's feeling great. Wow, 100 wins. That's really incredible. Oh, my gosh. Look at him, an absolute unit. See his jawline? He could cut steel. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so what's happening here is the team captains walk up to the middle, shake hands, sign of gratitude, and then the referee flips a coin, and then either whoever wins can choose either positive or negative for the matches, meaning who puts up their wrestler first. So even matches, that means whoever puts up theirs, and minus matches is whoever puts up theirs.
That's nice. That reminds me, my dad did a similar thing with coins. Whenever we got into an argument, he would flip a coin. If it was on tails, he won. If it was on heads, I won. About 2 years later, I found out it was a double-sided coin with 2 tails. That's why I never won. That was really unfortunate.
So it seems that Christian Brothers may have gotten positive, meaning that their wrestler will walk up first.
Oh. And a very tall wrestler is starting to pace back and forth, so I'm just going to assume that he's going to be the first one up.
So it seems that we will be starting at 138 with Matthew Keaton.
Matthew Keaton. You can feel the energy just from the name itself, can't you?
Yes, we actually, the wrestlers do call him Mick. That's what we call him in the wrestling room.
Nick?
Mick. M-I-C-K.
Okay, that's better than
That's
Nick.
what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he's known as.
Why Mick? That's like...
I don't know. I actually questioned that too. I never actually asked him about it.
That's okay. Well, like I know this one dude. I think his name is like Ryan, but he
Oh,
goes by
Ryan.
Stone.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Not that Ryan.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So the first person up on our side, who do you think it will be? I don't know who they're going to send out. It's going to be 138. Oh, there he
No,
is.
so that coin flip you saw in the beginning is what determines who goes up first. So off of what you can see, this is the first match, so it is a odd match. So that would mean that Christian Brothers has odd matches, meaning every odd numbered match throughout the day, that's Christian Brothers will walk up first.
Oh.
And positive matches or even will be when Arlington sends up one.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Nice.
So our wrestler up here first is Carter Zendel at 132.
Carter Zendel. Oh, is he the brother of the Case? No. Yeah, Case.
Yeah,
Case
Case.
Zendel. Uh-huh.
Carter and Case are brothers, yes.
Don't tell him I kept messing up his brother's name. I don't want him to beat me up.
So Carter Zendel is one of our taller wrestlers, weighing in at 132. I mean, he's very light on his feet, very quick, very long, but able to get to shots faster. He's very quick on his feet. Once you see him wrestle, you'll see what I mean.
He really is tall. I assume longer like arms and legs would be an advantage. I mean, is that true?
The ties are easier to get when you have more length on the person.
Okay.
It's easier to lock up. It's harder for them to get out.
That makes
It's
sense.
more to get rid of.
Yeah, it's like fighting an octopus.
Yes.
These are some long guys. Oh.
So here they are locking in collar ties, trying to hand fight to see what they can get to. Trying to feel out the other person, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Just kind of test their limits. See what they got to offer.
Yeah. Oh, there's a shot by Carter.
Oh.
Christian Brothers is trying to sprawl.
Yep. Trying to get that leg.
Seems to have gotten a crossface by Christian Brothers. That is 2 takedown from Christian Brothers.
Oh.
Carter is trying to break that tie. Right. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he got it. Very intense match already.
Carter's trying to build his base back up. It looks like Christian Brother has his arm for a wing, trying to kind of roll him over onto his back. If both shoulder blades hit the mat, that is a pin. Right now, he's getting near fall or back points, which is for how long his back was hitting the floor. 5 seconds is 2 points.
He's really trying his hardest to just stay off the ground.
Carter's trying to build back up so he can stand and get back into neutral, which is probably the best you can be.
Ooh.
Christian Brothers has a wing, trying to tie him down to the ground.
Yep.
Carter's not going to take that. He rolls back over. Carter's trying to get his hips back up so he can build. He's trying to break those ties. See him grabbing the wrist.
Yeah.
Christian Brothers trying to get a tie on the arm. He got
Oh.
a crossface.
Yep. Quick forearm to the face. Never hurt anyone.
Seems to be trying to get a cradle, which is when you go from a crossface, you go under the knee, and you lock your hands in the middle. And you pull them to their back.
Oh. He's almost got it. They're about to fall out the ring, though.
Carter's trying to break the lock, actually. That lock in the middle, you see his arms. He's trying to break it and break with his legs
Yep.
and his arms.
Oh, he almost had it, but he let go.
And that is the end of the first period.
Gotcha. Mason Butler got 9 points. Carter only got 0.
That is only the first period.
How many periods are in a match?
3.
3 periods a match. So he can come back.
Difficulty from coming back from 9 points is the fact that you have to either, from bottom, you have to get an escape, which is 1,
Yep.
and then you have to try and get takedowns from that. So from here, Carter's main goal is to try and get up so he can get his 1 point
He's
and
really
reset.
He's really using his length to his advantage right now.
Christian Brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Keep
Length
those
is
long
a
legs
very
up.
big help.
Uh-huh. Just trying to keep him pinned to the ground.
Yes.
Now, what's he trying to do right now? Yeah.
Well, I don't. Oh, they're changing. Okay, so Carter is trying to grab onto hands to try and keep them off.
Oh my gosh.
So he can't roll them again. Christian Brothers trying to get a wing.
They're going at it really hard.
He's trying to rotate back to the front to get his near fall.
Yep.
Carter's trying to kind of punch to the other side to get his shoulder as far from the ground as he can.
All right.
Christian Brothers trying to keep that arm up so he can't roll to that side and try to keep him to the ground. And that is a pin for Christian Brothers, which is 6 points.
That was nice. That was good plays by both of them.
That was a very good match.
Yep, they're both worn out. I'm not surprised. That was a very intense match. Go work, y'all. Gosh, his delts are crazy. Did you see that?
So next up we have Mick Keaton, or Matthew.
Hey, we share a name. Okay, so I know you're a player, but I assume you know at least a little bit about refereeing. Is it difficult? Because it seems like it would be difficult trying to keep track of everything and also, try and look under whoever's on top. Is it?
I would say that it would be a little difficult, mainly for keeping track because sometimes the board isn't correct. So sometimes the referee has to keep track in their head. And also trying to judge different things is based off how you feel the match is going. Mainly for like potentially dangerous, stalemate, or as for the pin. But the pin is usually easy to see.
They brought out a feisty one this time, Christian Brothers. They released a feral dog. Did you see him attack his knee? That was ridiculous.
So Christian Brothers has another wing.
Oh my gosh.
Seems that it's very common today. Nick is going to roll, trying to get back top to get a reversal.
I mean,
Christian Brothers is still on top, though.
Unrelenting.
He has those ties.
Yeah, he's starting to come back a little bit. He's trying to break free of all the control that he has.
Nick is doing really good in keeping his shoulders off the mat, trying to put all power into one, trying to roll.
That's a good move. Oh, he dropped it.
Punching back and forth is actually very helpful. You see how he's kind of more leaning to one side?
Yep.
As long as he can keep that shoulder off the mat.
Ooh.
So it's a pin by Christian Brothers.
Pin by Christian Brothers. Not surprised.
So that's another 6 points to Christian Brothers.
The ankle biter. Oh, wait, it's... All right, 2-0. It's not terrible.
No, not bad at all. Mick did a very good job of staying off his back for a decent amount of time.
He really did. I bet his legs are sore. All right, next match, you want to make a little prediction? Oh, never mind. We don't even have to predict. We
so
have...
This is Dylan Fritz.
Dylan Fritz?
Dylan Fritz.
Fritz. Dylan Fritz at 152. Nice. He's going to go up against...
Finley Smout from Christian Brothers.
Finley Smout.
So it seems Christian Brothers trying to keep that low angle.
Oh.
Dylan's working to get his ties on hand fight.
Christian Brothers, he's really keeping his knees
Christian
close to the
trying
ground.
to slide by.
Yeah.
Goes for a shot.
Oh.
Dylan's trying to get a whizzer, keep his body on top. Does a takedown for Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers is trying to tie up his arm.
Yep.
Dylan's keeping it nice and straight. Christian Brothers is trying to potentially break him down. And Dylan is trying to step up to get his one.
He's really trying to get back control.
Christian Brothers has a tight waist and a half. But Dylan looks away. He chops Christian Brothers. Dylan's working to get rid of that 2-on-1, which is when you have two wrists on one arm, trying to pull it to one direction. Dylan breaks out. It's crossface from Christian Brothers into a butcher. No, he lets go of it. Dylan walks forward to keep rid of that butcher and fights to get rid of the ties. Dylan's controlling the arm so he can step up.
Very intense match. Oh. He's back on his feet.
Dylan's trying to step. Oh, there he's out. That's one for Arlington.
One.
That's an escape.
So
now they're back in neutral.
Oh.
Christian Brothers goes for another shot.
Okay, but this
Dylan
time he tries
falls. Seems like they're going back to neutral. Oh, and Dylan for the takedown.
Oh. Dylan, he's trying to get his shoulder blades on the mat.
He's trying to kind of tie him down with his legs and arms can't move so he can keep him down.
Yep.
Well, Christian Brothers rolls to his belly.
Only 20 seconds left. Hopefully he can make something happen, maybe get a few points.
No, that's not Chris. Oh, yes. With 10 seconds left, Dylan is trying to keep him on the mat so he can't get that one escape.
Down to 5 seconds. It's intense. And
That's the
that is
end of the
match
first period.
at Christian Brothers with 2 and Arlington with 6.
That was a very good match.
That
Good
was very
shots.
intense. Very nice, very intense.
So referee flips the coin, and we are green.
That was
so
very, very good matches, but we are going to be having a lot more after this break. And a little bit after this bell.
So Dylan is on bottom. He's trying to get an escape, trying to get back to his stance. Christian Brothers is working on those ties. It seems that Christian Brothers has a tight waist.
He has a tight waist. He's trying his hardest. Oh, he's back on his feet. Okay, that's an escape. That's an escape.
That's an escape from Dylan
Right.
Fritz.
They're locking heads again, just like me and
They're
my
back
old man.
in neutral. Christian Brothers goes for a shot.
Oh,
He has the ankle. That's
Yep.
2 takedown for Christian Brothers.
once again, he's trying to stay on his side so his back doesn't touch the mat. Okay, he's back on his feet again. Another
That
escape.
is one
It's
escape
point.
from Dylan. They're back in neutral. Another shot. Doubling
Nice
off.
shot. Oh, trying to lift him over his head. It's a classic technique.
Dylan has an ankle kind of keeping him. So this is a back door if he flips him over. That's what he's trying to achieve.
That's nice.
Dylan's trying to kind of break him down off of those legs. He's kind of compressing him, you see.
The classic table stance. where you
Back
get
in
on all
neutral.
fours.
Hands go low there.
Christian Brothers goes for another shot.
It's getting very intense. 25 seconds left. People are starting to cheer. It's getting loud in here. Oh,
That's a reversal for Christian Brothers.
Christian Brothers got the reversal.
There's 15 seconds left on the clock.
2 seconds. He's just trying to keep it there, keep control.
Dylan's building back up. And that is the end of the second period. Great match so far. So now Christian Brothers is on bottom, and Dylan Fritz is on top. They are now set.
Oh.
False start.
False start. It's all
Started
right.
just a little too early. That's okay. It's only a caution.
Adrenaline's pumping. We get it.
So now he's setting on the opposite side.
Ooh. He tried to fake him out.
So Dylan's trying to keep him on the mat, trying to get his ties, his points, trying to prevent him from getting up and getting his one.
Staying very aggressive, trying to keep control of the situation.
If you see, he's digging his toes in the mat to get that forward pressure so he can't get back up.
Ooh. Oh.
The crossface,
Oh.
and Chris Brother grabs a leg. But Dylan keeps that crossface tight.
Yep. His
And he
face
also
is
has
getting
an
red.
ankle.
Seems like he's getting choked out. No, he's fine.
So Dylan is keeping control of that leg. So he's kind of squeezing it between his.
Yep. He's trying to keep his legs
So now,
straight. Keep him taut. Nice
Dylan's
flip.
still on top.
Oh, he got back on his feet.
That's out. But it
That
is
is
1
out.
point for Christian Brothers for the escape.
1 point for Christian Brothers.
So now they're going to reset at neutral in the middle.
Sunrise Builder Supply. When you're a homeowner, a home builder, contractor, or DIY homeowner, they have the quality supplies you need. Very intense match. We're back at it.
Dylan is on top still.
Yep,
So
he has
Christian is
control.
trying to keep that leg, kind of pull it towards him to see if he can keep that. So Dylan Fritz is trying to keep that, his hips down to keep Christian Brothers on the mat. Trying to take control of the situation. So that is now 2 takedowns for Dylan. Dylan's trying to keep those ties and that forward pressure. keeps that leg in the back to keep him from sitting back down.
Very intense match going on.
Dylan switching sides. And he now has a 2-on-1. Christian Brothers trying to break that tie.
Trying to break
Dylan
the tie.
stuffs his head in the mat.
It almost seems like he's trying to get out of the mat. Oh, 1 second left.
Well, Dylan in that last second had extended Christian Brothers.
Sunrise Builder Supply, when you're a home builder, contractor, or DIY home owner, they have the quality supplies you need. That was a very, very intense couple of matches we just sat through. Right now it seems like Dylan Fritz was up 10. Finley? I don't know how to pronounce their name, and it got really quiet. Anyway, that last bout was about 10-7. Okay, so the billboard, looking at it up there. Oh!
So that is a forfeit by Arlington. Yes, Arlington had
He
two
forfeit.
forfeits.
All right, well, very impressive play by Christian Brothers.
So now
Really
Christian,
No, go ahead.
Christian Brothers sending up their player first because it's an odd match.
Seems like we have a few less players than Christian Brothers. Hopefully we see some more exciting matches like we just witnessed. And we got another forfeit from Arlington. A unit of a man. He looks like the abominable snowman. He's just ginormous. Look at his tries. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Next match, I can see someone warming up. Well, actually, most of them are warming up, but this guy is doing it a little more than everybody else.
All right, so now we have the weight of 170 with Dylan Smith.
Wow, the Bulldog is coming up, and we did not forfeit this time. Oh my, how are these guys only made of muscle?
So
Okay,
working a hand fight.
Yeah. Starting off a little slower than we have the past few, instead of just rushing at the knees.
Dylan is working on those wrists, keeping that tie on the neck.
You can see a lot of development and toned muscles in the thighs.
You can kind of see
particularly
them
the
feeling
calves.
each other out.
Feeling each other out. Very quiet, intense. People are waiting for the next move. It'll probably be a big one. Some people might say this is the most important part of the match.
I would say it's really what depends on what you do here is how the rest of the match will go.
I mean, a lot of wrestling, just like many sports, is the mind games that you can play with your opponents. Right now, this is a great time to fake them out, make them reconsider every decision they've ever made. And it seems like that's what they're doing right now.
So Christian Brothers has a thing called an underhook, and Dylan is trying to counter it with keeping his arm down, kind of pulling his elbow back to him.
All right, we haven't seen any takedowns. People are still on their feet, which is very different than the previous few matches, but it is kind of tense in the room.
So it seems Dylan has cleared the underhook, and now they're working back on collar ties.
Oh, we finally have some development. Oh,
There's a shot by
like I
Christian
said.
Brothers. Very intense.
Oh my gosh, what is it called when he throws you like that? Is that a name, or is he just? Do you just call that tossing the man behind your back?
That's just improvising from what I can see. So it seems Christian Brothers has a butcher. Trying to rotate to the front to roll Dylan to his side. Dylan is keeping his shoulders down with 10 seconds left. Christian Brothers looks for a half. It's not there. Trying to get a 2-on-1.
Played. Oh.
That is the end of the first period.
Yeah. Time really flies when you're just kind of locking heads with someone else.
So I believe the matches are 2-2-2, meaning every period is 2 minutes.
Got a replay here. We can see. It's really a lot of mind games. Their heads are so close to each other, so they can basically hear each other's thoughts. Oh, we had a false start. It looks like.
What did you say is after the match?
Replays.
Oh. So Christian Brothers is set. Dylan now is set on top. Trying to extend him so he can get further.
This time they had no choice but to start on the ground. They were locking heads too much earlier. Once again, very slow and defensive, almost methodical match here. These are two very safe players. They don't want to take many risks.
Yes. So it seems that Christian Brothers has built their way back up. That is now one escape for Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers goes for a shot.
Oh!
Running it almost out of bounds, but Dylan keeps it in bounds. And that is a mat return by Christian Brothers. They're working for a half. Working towards a pin, but Dylan is rotating his shoulders, trying to keep them off the mat.
Very intense. Even the ref is getting in on the action. It's a very close match. Oh.
So that is 3 back points, or near fall, as some say, for Christian Brothers. Dylan's trying to clear his hands, as you may hear Simpson say.
There are only 40 seconds left, which is enough to make a bit of a comeback. Though 8-0,
It's possible.
It's a steep hill, but it is possible.
With another period to go, that is another 2 minutes and 30 seconds that you could, anything could happen. Anything could happen, but something will happen if he stops playing so defensively. He needs to play a little more aggressively. Christian Brothers is trying to make a T, but they're kind of rolling into a switching sides, trying to keep his back on the mat.
10 seconds left.
Dylan's doing a great job at keeping his shoulders off, trying to fight back to that roll.
Very intense. Oh.
That is a pin for Christian Brothers. So 6 points.
AHS Tiger Life, it's the student-produced, student-directed media program at Arlington High School. You can find more at ahstigerlife.com. Now, that was a very interesting match. I was a little surprised by how defensively and slowly they played the match. You know, before we've seen people just rushing at each other, going straight for the ankles, but this time, you know, they took their time a little bit.
A lot you will see that happen, where the hand fight takes up most of the match, and it's just a lot of action at the end.
I can see that. That makes sense. You know, the adrenaline starts pumping. You see out of the corner of your eye, you got 20 seconds left. You want to make something happen. It seems like that's what happened that time, but unfortunately, good old Arlington just couldn't make it happen. This next match?
Oh. Yes, this next match. That was actually a forfeit last match.
Oh.
And that is another forfeit,
at
195.
2 for 2 after that one match. All right, next man coming up. He looks actually really familiar. I think I know that man.
So from Arlington, we have John Brown, one of our seniors.
One of our seniors. One of our seniors. We have an old head going up. Okay, these.
And they're off.
They're off. You can hear the slap.
And a nice club by John.
This is the weight division that gets the most concussions. 100%.
John has a underhook. Oh, he lets go. Going for the collar tie. Kind of pulling down on that elbow, if you sometimes see. Working on that wrist.
I mean, unlike the last match. Oh, they're almost out.
Another collar tie. Not collar tie.
I mean, they're locking heads like the last one, but they're more aggressive. They're really
Underhook
fighting.
by John.
Ooh. He's going for the leg. He's trying to make something happen.
Keeping that forward pressure to make sure that the other person fights back, bringing it to his advantage.
Christian Brothers is really trying to keep that left arm away. Just trying to make something happen, trying to get that chemical reaction. Still going, still on their feet.
Really fighting for that wrist.
It's very intense. I wouldn't be surprised if their forehead started bleeding soon. Oh!
So that is a head throw by Christian Brothers.
Yep, he murdered his right knee. That was painful.
So Christian Brothers trying to kind of sit back on that headlock to keep John on the mat.
Christian Brothers using gravity to his advantage.
If John can keep rolling, he can get out.
Oh, he's almost crushing him.
Almost.
Is he about to pass out?
Oh. That is a pin for Christian Brothers.
Wow.
Another 6
That was
points.
good.
That was very good.
6 points. They only have 30 seconds left. Right.
As I said earlier, there's a lot of action that happens at the end of the match. You may even hear coaches scream sprint in like the last 15 seconds or so.
Yeah.
It's meaning like do all you can in that last couple seconds.
Oh, like the final push kind of
yeah,
thing.
gotta put all your force into those last couple
Yeah,
seconds.
man. I mean, once you step off that mat, I mean, it's over once you step off.
Yes. So now for Arlington, we have Edge Leoncio
Is he in high
for
school?
106. Yes, he's a freshman.
He's okay. Well, I figured that much. What? This is 106. Okay, I can see that. That checks out. Checks out in my brain. I mean, just like comparatively to the last few matches we've seen.
Quick to the shot.
Feisty guys. Wow. I mean, he's immediately going for that left leg, trying to make something happen, but Christian Brothers retaliated pretty quickly.
So now there's 2 for Christian Brothers.
Christian Brothers is trying to get him off his arms, which he succeeded in doing. Very intense match we got going on. Ooh.
Edge is working to clear those ties. Seems Christian Brothers may have a half.
I mean, it's a very, very feisty little match we got going on.
So Christian Brothers has a half. Very close to that edge, too.
I mean, he's trying to get out of it. Arlington's really trying their hardest. They're almost out of the mat.
That is a wing from Christian Brothers now.
Oh.
Kind of trying to extend Arlington.
Man, a minute left, and it's already 5-0.
The lower weights actually are very quick matches.
I can tell they're quick people.
So you will see a lot of points in the first couple.
Not surprised. You know, they run fast.
So you can see Christian Brothers holding that ankle, kind of extending him.
Seems like Arlington has already kind of lost a lot of their energy, a lot of that fight that they had at the beginning of the match. I don't know if he's trying to save it for the last 20 seconds, but I mean, he really needs to tap into that strength right about now.
If you see, he's trying to keep his hips under him to stop from the extension from Christian Brothers. Here I see him pinning the hand down to the mat a second ago. Christian Brothers look for a half.
Oh.
So that is 1 to Arlington for potentially dangerous.
Oh.
I mean, the ref didn't like what he saw.
So Arlington got 1 point.
With 10 seconds
Arlington
left.
Community Schools think, create, achieve. We're back at the match. Very intense. 8 seconds left.
And off the whistle,
All
you can see them bursting into action.
He really tried, but I mean, there's not much you can do with 8 seconds.
And
It's a
that's
good
the
match,
end
though.
of the first period, I believe.
Valiantly fought. I wish I could say big words like that more often.
So
Valiantly.
it's Green's choice,
Green's choice.
which is Arlington. And we defer, meaning that we will choose the second or third round.
All right.
And Christian Brothers chooses bottom.
Christian Brothers chooses bottom.
And off the whistle, you can see Christian Brothers working their way up. Edge trying to snap him back down.
This is the first time we've seen them get right back onto their feet after they had to start
There's not a
over.
shot by Christian Brothers. And Arlington is working their way.
Oh.
So that is 2 for Christian Brothers.
Christian Brothers got on top again.
Christian Brothers kind of tying up the legs, you can see.
And he's really trying to, like,
Hold him down. Christian Brothers seems to be working for a wing.
yeah. He's really trying to keep control of that arm. He just doesn't have enough energy to pull that out from him.
Arlington's keeping a good job at keeping their hips under them, keeping from being extended.
Yeah, very skillful and talented from both of them.
You see he's kind of slowly slithering his legs out from those ties.
It's like Arlington's really just trying to take it slow, easy, try and work their way back up, but they only have a minute left. I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from this. They're down 7. Oh, gosh. Christian Brothers, he's almost got him on his back.
That's a pin for Christian Brothers.
Pin. All right.
Very well fought match there.
That was. It was a lot of skill and high techniques. It's really good.
It was very good.
It was a lot more entertaining than the one where they just kind of push foreheads together.
Yeah, the lower.
Yep.
So here you'll see Edge from Arlington trying to roll. And here you'll see him trying to break those ties. And Christian Brothers kind of forcing different ties back and forth every time one is broken.
I mean, you can see him really trying his hardest every time he got put down on the ground, if you will.
Christian Brothers is doing really well at keeping the extension on different players and keeping their legs kind of locked up to keep them down on the mat.
I mean, they really brought their A game today. They're not letting anything through. So far, they have been winning nonstop.
Oh, coming up, we have Jair Lopez at 126.
126. It's a good weight. Okay.
And right off the whistle, straight into those hand fights.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Ooh.
that
Christian Brothers
was...
goes for a shot,
Yeah.
but Arlington down blocks.
Wow.
Another shot, and it's sprawl by Arlington. Christian Brothers double offs and gets that 2 points.
Wow. It's already 2-0.
He's letting Arlington back up.
Oh, he's confident now. Oh, that was an escape.
Yes.
Why did he do that? Why would he do
So
that?
that's called cutting up, meaning that they will bring you down and let you back up and keep doing that over and over to just get points.
Oh, that's...
So as you see, he brought him back down with another head throw.
He doesn't need to do that. Look at his... Bro, he is like 1% body fat. Do you see the muscle definition on his shoulders? Surely he wouldn't need to do something. I don't want to call it petty, but...
So it looks like Christian Brothers has a leg in, I want to say. So with that leg, he's kind of holding his hips down, kind of make it hard for Arlington to roll. Arlington seems to be fighting their shoulders
It's
up.
like he's going for a pin, or he's going to get back up.
He's holding that head down so he can't move very far.
Dang.
There's another pin for
Another
Christian
pin.
Brothers.
It was a good match. He really kept control of his head like the entire time. Like it was really impressive.
Another great shot by Christian Brothers.
That was.
And a great counter by Arlington.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
Great match.
Who do we have coming up next for Christian Brothers?
Oh, it looks like they haven't updated the board yet.
The lumbering giant coming out.
But it looks like it may be Hunter Heflin.
He's 7'8" on a good day. Hunter Heflin coming up.
Yep, Hunter
Oh
Heflin.
my gosh, it's...
So you saw earlier with those 100 wins.
Yep. Oh, Mr. 100 wins.
Now you can see him in action.
We are going to be shooting you viewers over to Mr. Case. Case, please take it away.
So guys, yeah. So guys, Hunter is the first person to get 100 wins in Arlington history, and the team is very proud of his 100 wins and how far he has come this season.
And come far he has. As you can see, he is clearly trying to get out of this difficult position with a lot of skillful techniques.
So with his right hand, you can see it's called a... It's part of a... I'm trying to remember the name.
It's all right. I forget people's names all the time.
Because he's using two different things right now, so I'm trying to combine it.
You know, one time I forgot my girlfriend's name. That was a pain.
Well, that is an
Okay, they're
escape
back
from
on their
Christian
feet.
Brothers. That's
Nice
1
escape.
point.
Yeah, 1 point to Hunter. Very nice. He's trying to grab his head. Is that just to agitate him, or is that an actual thing?
Well, doing that, if your opponent isn't quick enough and you do that, you can kind of get where you want to be before they look back up. But it also is to agitate them, yes.
Ooh, 2 points to Hunter.
For the takedown.
Very tense match. Hunter keeping control of the situation.
Keeping that half. Kind of holding the leg. Oh, and Christian Brothers tries to roll, but it does not work in their favor. Hunter's trying to keep all his weight.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of hold him down.
Oh my
Christian
gosh.
has
You know,
rolled
my
over.
friend used to call that a peanut butter and jelly, where you just kind of sandwich them in between the mat. He was a very proficient wrestler, I'll tell you what. And he's still keeping control, trying to get that left arm on his side. Looks like he's
So it's a tight lead
unable
with
to
the
do
right
anything with
arm.
it.
and kind of keeping. Oh, that's the end of the first period.
Wow. They're Hunter's up 6.
So it's Red's choice, which means Christian Brothers is choosing.
Okay.
They're choosing neutral.
He chose neutral. Oh my gosh. We're back on the match. He went neutral. Why did they do that?
So since he's down by 6, they probably went neutral to try and get a takedown, meaning it's easier to just kind of go for the shot.
They stepped off the mat. What was that about?
So if you step outside that big gray circle, that's out of bounds, meaning they reset in whatever position they were. So since they were still both up off the mat in neutral, they start back in neutral. Hunter takes down for 2.
Wow.
Now
Very
hips
impressive.
down, tees out, tries to look for the pin. There's a pin for Arlington.
Wow.
6 points.
That was a satisfying win. Man, it's almost as satisfying as like eating an Oreo, you know? I mean, that was really just impressive. Very delicious. Hunter up 8. Very impressive lead. We can see the replay here.
A lot of hand fighting, a lot of agitating. And you can see him working the legs, trying to keep him extended.
I mean, he really just kept him under control, almost. I mean, he really had control the entire match.
Only in neutral can you change that perspective of who's taking in charge.
Yeah.
You can see that great roll, the head throw.
I mean, watching this guy play, it's just impressive. I mean, it really just gives you a nice look at the sport and how skillful people can actually get at the sport.
Those are great matches today.
Very nice, very impressive plays from both teams. Looks like Christian Brothers came out on top with 66, and Arlington came out with 9. It was very impressive. I was a little surprised by the height differences on both teams. I mean, you went from a 7'8" guy to a 4'3" guy. It was very intense. I was honestly surprised. I know he got 100 wins, but the height difference really threw me off. I thought he was going to lose.
Yeah, height can be a big factor. Your height really adds to what you do when you're wrestling. Kind of changes how you have to wrestle.
All right, Case, we are going to go to you.
But hey guys, I'm here with Coach Slaughter. So I want to ask Coach Slaughter, how do you think we did tonight?
We competed. We need to do better. Not happy with the result, but our guys went out there and wrestled hard.
Okay, and also another thing is, what do you think the work is going in for the regions and state?
It's going to be the same work we do all the time. We're looking to get better every day. We need to be getting better.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, it was very wonderful matches on both sides, and we hopefully will see some more wonderful matches like this throughout the year as the season is it halfway over?
It ends in February, actually, so we still have a little bit left to go.
That's nice. Well, it was very wonderful. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope to see you again on one of these wonderful live streams that we do. Anyway, have an amazing night. I'm Matthew Donahoe.
I'm Xavier Ware.
See ya.